Alrighty, y'all. We are live from Montreal at Washington for round one, game one. What's up, Swede? You actually beat me here to it. But this is, if I am being 100% honest, a series that I do not. Uh, uh, I do not see the Canadiens doing much. I think I'm taking this one in 5 for Washington. Uh, want to go back and take a quick look at how these guys played against each other. Let's see. Okay, 3-2 in overtime back in January. To win tonight's game, 2+ goals and a win 5-2. Yeah, at least. I'm with you 100% to say at least that happens. All right, starting back all the way at the beginning of the season. Let's see if I can find these guys. So, first game, Caps won 6-3. Game 2, the Caps won 4-2. And then the Canadiens won game 3, 3-2 in overtime. And I believe that's all they've played. I don't think they've seen each other in a while. At least I'm not seeing it. So, it's been a while. Win against St. Louis 6-3. Calling Dallas 3-2 in overtime against Colorado, and Edmonton 4-3 over overtime. Okay. Well, Winnipeg 6-3 over St. Louis. So basically a repeat of the game we saw. I'm taking something closer to 4-2, 4-3 Winnipeg. Couple of those shots that early on that beat Bennington were like they weren't getting stopped by anybody. So or I guess there was the break. Was it the breakaway and then the one? Anyway, I think that Bennington will be a little bit tighter, but I also expect the same from Hallenbach. So I'm gonna say 4-2 Winnipeg with an empty net. Dallas winning 3-2 in overtime against Colorado. I'm not as sure about that. It's like that game depends on if Dallas is sick of spending time in the box, because they couldn't stop committing penalties. Like, I don't necessarily, like, it's hard to argue with you calling 3-2 Dallas in overtime, but I think it's going to be a similar situation to Winnipeg where it's going to be 3-2. And either I'm leaning on Colorado though. So Colorado will be up 3-2 late and maybe not score the empty net, so it'll end 3-2 in regulation for Colorado, if not 4-2 with the empty net. That's kind of more how I'm leaning. But it's hard to argue against your call for that game. And then Edmonton 4-3 in overtime. I'm thinking 5-3 LA. Like some tight games at least. Yeah, definitely. But I would take LA winning 5-3. Yeah, no, like I don't expect Washington Montreal to be the most exciting game. I could absolutely be wrong, but I think Caps are gonna just beat the living hell out of the Canadiens, and I don't. I mean, they did win, like I said, closer to the middle of the season. Canadians won 3-2 in overtime, but the other two they lost pretty handedly. So I just see Washington coming in hard and ready to go. And not to say that Montreal won't, but I think Caps are just going to beat the shit out of them. And then, yeah, Winnipeg, St. Louis. It's St. Louis is going to have to do what they did in the first two periods, but have enough energy to keep it all the way through three periods. Because, I mean, like I said, 40 hits in two periods, I was stoked. And then it fell off in the third. Not a lot, but it fell off enough. And again, a lot of those hits weren't consequential hits. They were just contact for the sake of contact. So if St. Louis is a little bit better about, if they make the pass, it's okay to back off. Don't beat the hell out of yourself just to go and hit somebody behind the scenes. Like, it's not always a bad idea, but, just save a little gas for the third period. If St. Louis can do that, it'll be a much better game against Winnipeg. Win for sure, we'll win again, yeah. Yeah, it's like I said, St. Louis will have a better chance if they reserve for the third period, which is hard to do because they're going to have to play hard as hell through the first two. But yeah, I see Winnipeg beating St. Louis. I said the Avs, the late games are what I'm not as confident in. Colorado, Dallas, and Edmonton, LA. I don't have full faith in my picks for those, but I'm somewhat confident in calling LA over Edmonton. And then again, Dallas. If Dallas stays, excuse me. Let me look some stuff up real quick. If Dallas stays out of the box, they'll have a much better chance of beating Colorado. But, All right, so the last time the Kings and the Oilers faced off was in Edmonton. Kings won 5-0. Time before that, in LA, Kings won 3-0. Let's go up earlier in the season. Kings beat the Oilers in LA in overtime 4-3. And there should be one more game on here, I believe. Maybe it's only, yeah, it's only four, it's 3. So, I mean, especially the last time they faced off being 5-0. Dude, I want an OT bad. Dude. I said the game that really grabbed me back. I wish I could remember the year, and exactly like the details are shaky now just because my memory's so bad. But it was, pretty sure it was Boston and Chicago, setting the fifth longest overtime game ever. Like it went into 3 or 4 overtimes. And that game like re-sparked my love for hockey. So I'll say, so an OT is like, let's go. I forgot to put my brace back on. Shit. I'm supposed to be wearing this. wild series to go to Game 7 with, though, too. Probably be Toronto, Ottawa, Florida, Tampa. Yeah, just, I mean, if you put everything else aside, just having it be the battle for Ontario and the battle for Florida. Finally got our night shout last night. Anthem in T-Mobile. Okay. I was going to say that was a sentence for sure, so that makes more sense. I, you know, down here, we believe in America. No, I'm just kidding, but I do. I'm always for an American team winning it. So Washington knocking Montreal out is one good way to guarantee that, or at least give better odds. Hey, I'll give you that, dude. Montreal. This would be a crazy surprise. Like I said, the year that Vegas won it, other than the finals, or other than a Vegas game, my favorite game was watching Game 7 in Round 1 between Boston and Florida, 2023. Just watching Florida end up reverse sweeping Boston was one of the, like, because it's I like Florida, don't like Boston, yeah. But it was just one of those things, man. You know what I mean? They're on the verge. 3 games in, they're about to go home. Next thing you know, they're facing us in the Stanley Cup final, getting their asses handed to them. But they showed up. She's gonna knock Montreal out either way. Yeah. Big hit already going right off the bat. Yo, what's up, Price? How you doing tonight, brother? I don't. Oh, yeah, we did see it yesterday, I believe, for Easter. Oh, already a chance on net. Gets the stop, but twists him in as he's going in. Montembeault in net for Montreal. Logan Thompson in net for Washington. And I already know whenever Humpty comes in here, I'm going to have to mute his ass or something. Because my boy LT's in net tonight. Face off to the left of Montembeault. That is a monster of a human right there. Who's that? 80 for Washington. Dubois just looked a foot taller than everybody else on the ice. Raw gets it through. Wilson trying to kick it up. He does. Little bobble for the Capitals, but gets the shot on net. Montembeault with the pad save. That was McMichael with the shot. Big shot misses the net. Canadians down low in the Washington zone. Trying to get it back around to the point. He does. Gets it back down low to the corner. Tries to hit it on the low spot, the low dot. No connection. Montreal's already looking like they're kind of willing to hit, but they've already gotten smacked a couple of times. So we'll have to see just how willing they are. Because if they start, Washington's one of those teams where they're going to hit you. And if you decide, oh, yeah, okay, well, then let's hit, they going to hit. Like, you know what I mean? They get excited when the game gets physical. Big contact down the low corner of the Montreal zone. Puck goes up to the high corner, high wall, battling. Little shove. Shot from the point goes high, round the boards, and Montreal gets it out. Go down. It's the best way to watch the playoffs without paying a fortune. You got your computer. Ooh, good glove save off a quick shot from Eller. Honestly, Price, Google search NHL webcast. Click on the first link. On the page, it'll show you the games and it'll say watch. Click where it says watch. Do not, when it opens that next page, do not click on that screen. Scroll down to the second little video player. Click on that. You got yourself the game. Puck up the low wall, back into the Capital zone. No icing, but a big hit delivered late by Montreal. Not late, but at the end of that play. Canadiens back up the other way, avoiding contact. Still goes down. I don't know what Heineman's looking for there. You got big contact back below. We're going to be fired up very quickly in this game. Ooh, a little trip and fall across the blue line. Caps hanging on, or Canadiens hanging on to it. Oh, yeah, here we go. Gallagher going. Oh, shit. He just got cross-checked in the face. That was on him, to be honest. But Van Riemsdyk comes back and goes at. I think that was Duhamel that just cross-checked the shit out of Gallagher right in the face. But Gallagher's the one that starts it. I mean, he catches it in the chin. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it definitely didn't feel great. Well, maybe it didn't start it, but I mean, Gallagher's going at a dude that's a foot and a half taller than him. I love how Van Riemsdyk goes right at him. Yeah, nah, you ain't done. Face off to the left of LT. Washington gets it out. Foot race back. Let's try and learn some of the Habs, guys. Oh, might not need to. Carlson all the way from the point. I said, this one is definitely going to be one of those difficult calling guys out. Wilson left his feet a little bit, but Tom Wilson doing what Tom Wilson does. At least he kept it clean on that one. They're counting 8 hits as of right now, 3.5 minutes in. I think they've missed a few. Shot flies up and over. Is that Carrier behind the net? I'm going to guess it's Carrier because it's spelled like Wills. It's just not moving. Okay, there we go. That almost ended up being a great play. Instead, Washington able to poke it out. That's probably still offsides, but nope. Gallagher going in hard, putting a hit in the corner. Caps controlling their zone. Oh, yeah, Montreal. Dude, both teams are like, fine. This is how we're playing. Let's go. Good old-fashioned playoff hockey. Caps get it from the low dot. Montbo just made a great save. Ends up high around the backboard, still in play. And the Caps mascot just came running down the stairs. I was half waiting for him to just faceplant. Big hit down low by Lane. Caps getting it around. I thought he was going back for some more. Caps headed up. Pass through the middle. Leaning. A lot of pressure. They break free. Wilson over to Carlson. Back to Wilson. I think he was actually trying to get it down low. And just did not connect. Canadians head back the other way. I don't think he was trying to go back to Wilson, but ended up getting locked up in his feet. Canadians get it out. Oh, and he leaves it at the blue line. That's unfortunate. Puck ends up on LT, taps it away, takes a hit down low. Dubois fighting up the ice, gets behind the net all the way around. Looking, Wilson to the point, down to the low point. Shot. It goes wide. Dude doesn't have a stick, and his teammate just kind of didn't know that. That was just weird. All right, that shot goes on net, knocked away by the pads of Montembeault. All the way back, Montreal ices the puck. So just about 6.5 gone in the first period. A lot of back and forth. Occasional opportunity. Definitely a lot more opportunity for Washington. Shots are 6-3. Alexia, okay. Face off to the left of Montembeault. Caps win it. Sending it around the low boards underneath. Back up the low board. Point. Battle lost. Caps or Canadians going the other way. Good Lord. I got to stop calling the Canadians the Caps. Ooh, little contact. He wanted more, but he didn't even slow old boy down. Who's that? I want to say it was 61, but it must have been Heineman 51. Up around the low board. Lexiev keeps it in, dumps it down. Nobody to help. Oh, the buffer. Just got hit by the buffering. All right, I don't know how much time I lost, but I'm at 12.5. Capitals get it on net. Montembeault fights it off. Kicks it right back out front a little dangerously, but good save nonetheless. And a late follow-up. Like that was... dude dropped off the puck at one corner, got hit on the opposite corner. Barely. Washington barely able to get it out. Big double hit on the high wall and in the corner. Canadians cannot hold on to their sticks, dude. Ooh, a couple of quick shots, quick rebound. Low dot, or sorry, high dot. Puck's still loose. Canadians get it. Couple of caps on their asses in the crease. And Montreal ices it. Mass hysteria happening in the Montreal zone. Great move by Carlson. $11:30 to go in the first. Let's see it. Shots are 9-3 Washington. All Logan's had to do is kind of shove the puck to the corner a little bit. I don't think he's actually frozen the puck yet. Maybe once. Carlson up to Ovechkin. Ovechkin trying to get it in. That would have been offsides anyway. Good stick by Montreal. Shot. LT takes it to the crest and then covers it up. And now we've got some activity. Not very long lived, so it's all right. Gallagher's just being a little shit. He's already gotten thanked for it by catching a stick to the chin. All right. We got about 10 minutes till we go live in Winnipeg. Got to remember to keep an eye on that so we can throw it on the second screen. You know, Montembeault, 100% right now. The only reason this ain't like a 3-0 game. He's making good saves. He had the one sketchy rebound where he threw it right out into the center. That wasn't good. But you can, it's kind of the problem Vegas has in front of the net. It's when the puck comes to the front of the net and we actually have bodies there to fight off the screen, fight off the attack, it turns into pure chaos. And there needs to be a little bit less panic. But that's easy to say from here. I'll be honest with that. But just settle down that little bit. See the puck, get rid of it. Don't worry about being cute with it. Just send it off to the wall wherever you can. Because Washington is going to get bodies and they're going to get pucks into the crease. So, that, like, probably the biggest thing that Montreal can do to give themselves any kind, like a real fighting chance, is stay out of the box. If they can keep it their average for the series, but at like 1.5 or less, they have a chance. 60 assists in the regular season, not bad. My only thing is, like, all the awards for defensemen are based off how many points they have. Like, if a guy has 60 points in a season, but he's a plus 17, that's not a guy that you necessarily want on defense. You know what I mean? Like, the guy with 38 points and a plus 35. Now, that's the defenseman of the year, in my opinion. Or at least a lot closer to what I'm looking at. Puck ends up on LT instead of cover, and he makes a last-minute decision to keep it live. Passed all the way up. Did he touch it? No, he did not. We've got an icing. $10.29 to go in the first. Let's see. Ooh, shots are 9-5 Washington. Montreal, not really getting much. I mean, it's shots on net, but it's like gently floated in LT's direction. Good Tenny for sure, yeah. Montembeault looks fantastic right now. Ooh, the pass just does not connect. That was actually looking pretty good. Who's that? Chitrin. I knew the name, but forgot the number. Washington behind their own net. Up the high wall. Tipped all the way in. Ooh, stopped in the high corner. Little battle for it on the high wall. Swing and a miss, and Montreal gets it clear. Slight misplay gives Montreal the shot. Big kick save by Logan Thompson. And then you had a good stop there. Who was that? Number 3 by Waugh. But we do have a penalty. It looks like the Capitals. Stromy. Let's see it. I guess it was right there at the end. That was a poor choice of replay to display the slash. And we go to commercial. So we could take this time to at least throw the other game up on the other screen. All right, so we are about 9.5 minutes to puck drop on the second game. So that's about 4:43. So about 20 to 4, I'll go ahead and throw that on. That's, damn it, they're starting late. Well. Kind of surprised by what I'm seeing. Like I said, I'm not surprised Montembeault is playing as well as he is. I'm surprised. God, actually, now that I think about it, I'm not really surprised by anything this game. Like, surprised isn't the right word. Thought Washington would have a couple more, like, lengthy setups in the Montreal zone. And then Montembeault's just been a beast, dude. See how long he keeps it up, because Washington will, just like I said the other day about Bennington, Washington will find a way to beat Montembeault. They've done it, as far as I know, 3 games. Montreal power play, face off to the left to Thompson. Carlson's able to get it behind the net, but there he goes. Now he's able to send it all the way around and down. Canadiens 21st power play in the NHL versus the 5th ranked penalty kill for Washington. Caulfield looking. Gets in. Leaves it at the high point. Low wall lane all the way across. Suzuki shoots and fought off with the blocker of Thompson. Carlson whiffs on the clearing chance. Suzuki to the low dot. Caulfield up to the point. Hudson, high point shot lane, and it goes into the glove of Logan Thompson. Minute 18 left on the Montreal power play. Face off to the right of the goalie. That was a good shot by Suzuki. And then Lane's shot. It would have hit blocker anyway. Smokey won. Let's go Blues. Hell, I'm down for it, man. I'm not sold on them yet, but I'm down to see it. Hudson, Wall, Caulfield, midpoint, Hudson. Caulfield on the low wall, Hudson at the low point, all the way across, high dot. Lane shoots, and that goes up over the net. Caulfield, Hudson at the point, barely keeps the bouncing puck in. Lane on the high wall, back to Hudson. Throws it at the net, hits Suzuki, drops straight down, and Washington clears. Dude, I want to see the Blues averaging 19 hits a period again. I think it was closer to like 16, but I just want them to, they need to keep hitting Winnipeg the way they did. Suzuki to Matheson. Matheson down to Suzuki. High dot. New Look shoots. Fought off by LT. Going against the Blues. Yeah, that's what I'm predicting. But, like I said, I wouldn't, that's one game. The Knights are the only one I have too much investment in. Everything else, it's like, dude, I'd like to see it, Carrier tosses it down. Montreal, nothing going on the power play. A cross check, and they're not going to call it. Hard cross check right across the name badge. No call. I would be questioning that one. Oh, puck goes across the crease. Just not able to connect. Oh, excuse me. Throat's burning. Montreal plays it around the back of their own net. Weird bounce as Ovechkin plays the body. Caps controlling in the Canadian zone. From the middle. Ovechkin. Montembeault. What a save. Alexeyev tosses it in from the low point. Now we got Dubois getting into it at the front of the net. But what a save by Montembeault. Across the crease as Ovechkin gets the puck at a tough angle. But Montembeault sees it, squares up, gets it off his shoulder. Probably not going in. But still, dude, Montembeault is seeing the puck incredibly well. He's moving well. So I always talk about the goalies having the Batman look where the head and the shoulders turn together. And it's like if you're not really getting squared up with your head, the bad alternative is you're chasing your head. So a goalie's looking and coming around like this. With him, he's seeing. He's more RoboCop. The head turns, shoulders turn, boom, he's there. There's no panic in him, and it's awesome, man. I love watching good goalie play. Another good save by Montembeault. Montreal going up. He has to play it. No icing. Gallagher to the high dot. from the high corner. Gallagher has it towards the net. Hits off the backside. Canadians get it to the low point. He tosses it to the high corner. Ooh, a little bit of contact. Drives the puck away from the stick. And now Washington in their own zone. 5:40 to go in the first period. Circling back, waiting for the reset off the change. And here we go. Dump deep into the Montreal zone. Gary swings it up, and they already got it out, but Washington has it on the other side of neutral. A little bit of back and forth here. A little bit of tennis match. Here we go. Caulfield breaking in. Shoots. Stays on the ice. Easy kick save for Logan Thompson. Carrier tries to dump it deep. Hits a body in front of him. Washington clears it. Montreal trying to get it back in. Hits a skate. And Dubois has it on the other side of the Montreal blue line. Wilson has it, but no help as Washington went for a change. Alexiev trying to get it tipped in deep. Montembeault, bad pass off the wall, ends up in trouble right out front, and something happened. We're going to be watching some kind of replay because it looks like, who was that? Was that Matheson and Duhamey? No, 26. It's Matheson for them and Dowd. Puck comes around the corner. Everything's cool. The shot goes down, and those two are laid out on the ice. So I'm guessing we'll see I think I said commercial, but a replay about what happened there. Dude, I hate how much I want a Burger King classic chicken sandwich. Because I've had so many that were so bad, but the ones that, like, every now, back when they were like $1 or $2 or whatever they used to be, swing by a Burger King, grab two of those, smash them, and be good to go for a while. But I know the level of regret I'd have going and getting one of those. See, I love stuff like that. It's just the ad for the Stanley Cup, and it's all it takes is everything. Like, I loved the year we won at 23. Our saying was it hurts to win. I was all about that, dude. I still love that one. Shot attempts are 17 apiece. Shots on goal are now 11-10 Montreal. So you know what? I will say it. Montreal is surprising me a little bit. Ovechkin, shot takes a couple bounces, barely makes the crease. Montreal up the wall. Alexiev getting chased down in his own zone. And Washington gets it out. Oh, shoot. All right. Got to bring up the other game. Yeah. Oh, besides, this is buffering again. Oh, and they already started, so I am just a hair late with the Blues and Winnipeg. As soon as I could get this one on the side screen here. Montreal resetting under heavy pressure. 3.5 minutes to go in the first. There we go. Cool. That's not what I meant to do. All right. Damn, dude, this thing keeps buffering. Let me see. How off is this one? It's a little. Okay, so I lost a little bit because of buffering, but we got a little conversation happening in the Montreal Washington game. Quick peek. We already got 5 shots in the first 2 minutes of the St. Louis Winnipeg game. Leonard kind of half threw a punch at Hudson. They're just going at it in front of the net. Monbo just doing what he does, man. Fantastic. 3:02 to go in the first in Washington. Shots are 12-11 Montreal. I think we have a power play, and I'm confused as to why. Oh, they didn't show it. That's why. Duh. I didn't see the replay. I guess one of the Caps players threw a punch. See, goals all over Leonard. I can see that being a penalty for sure. I said it's New Hook. So sorry, it's Montreal messed up. It's a Washington power play. But okay, so that's what it was. Rangiapone threw a punch, and so he goes, and then 2 of the Canadians are going. New Hook shouldn't have got involved. St. Louis just set up for a shot. Didn't connect on the other side of the crease. All right, here's where Washington scores. Caps have it, high point. Down to the high dot, circling back. Above the high dot, on the baseline. Looking, trying to get it to the middle. Good stick, throws it over Wilson's shot. Chakrin gets it deep. Up on the high wall. We have it at the high point. Carlson gets it back. That should be a tripping. That absolutely should be a 5-on-3. They're not going to call that? That is insane. I mean, Anderson clearly throws his leg out for Carlson to trip on. That is an insane no call. Wow. Okay, so I guess that's what we're doing here. And the chance of ref, you suck, fill the building. Love it. Caps have it in the Canadian zone. Ovechkin from the high dot throws a baseline. Trying to go across the baseline, but Montembeault just perfect position. Back down, low base. And a glove save by Montembeault. Tried to be cheeky and fly it over the crease instead of trying to drive through it. Oh, what happened? Dude, St. Louis defenseman bailing out Hellenbuck. Oh, we got some exciting games here, fellas. This is great. We will dive right into the coverage of St. Louis Winnipeg after this period ends. Big shot goes high up out of play off Ovechkin by the low dot. 45 seconds to go in the power play. 1:47 to go in the first. And the shots are tied at 12 apiece. While they reset up in Winnipeg, St. Louis gets it, gets across the blue line. They go for a change, but a big hit down low for St. Louis. And now we have a penalty. What's the penalty going to be? What's the penalty going to be? I need to see what that is. Montreal clears, so they're going to give St. Louis 12, 2 minutes for tripping. And they're not showing the replay. So I'm just a little confused about what the tripping call exactly was. And Washington scores. As I'm trying to figure out what's going on there. The Caps bury one. Let's go to the replay to see this one. See what happened with this one. Minute 26 to go in the first. And of course, it's the big boss on a power play that scores first for Ovechkin. Strome coming across the line. Wilson all the way across to Ovechkin's favorite spot, the dot to the right of the goalie. And he just kept it low. I think he actually went off a Montreal skate and it ended up deflecting it just enough to hit Montembeault and go in. Yeah, of course it's Ovi, right, Sweet? That's exactly what I was saying. Like, duh. Insane. Ovi early, Demi. Yo, and the Knights won the second period. I didn't see it late once the game was over. I forgot about it until that happened. All right, let's give the shout out. Scoring for the Washington Capitals. Alex Ovechkin with an assist from Wilson and Strome. Yeah, go to sleep now. Have a good time. Yeah, you fell asleep. Hey, for sure, Sweet. I appreciate you stopping by, brother. Have a great night. Happy Monday. Hopefully, we'll see you tomorrow for the early games. At least for a little bit of the early games. Yeah, you passed out. Hey, dude, it's late games, bro. But you'll be up tonight, though. Word. The hard part's going to be tomorrow, man. The Knights and the Wild don't play till 8. And that's as long as the 5:30 game ends when it should and doesn't go late. So tomorrow tomorrow the first game's at 3 and the Knights game starts at 8. So like today we're here from like 4 to 10. Tomorrow we'll be here from like 3 to 11. All right, we got a couple roughing penalties. Damn, dude, I keep looking away for all the exciting stuff. So we're going 4-on-4 for 2 minutes. Got about 46 and a half left to go in the first. Dude, my feeds keep freezing up on me and buffering. So I'm not sure how far behind I'll be. But we also have a Winnipeg power play happening right now with a minute 30 to go. Sure. Caps win it. Heading up the ice. Montreal steals it. 2-on-1. Takes the shot and LT fights it off. And it goes up and out of play. Up in Winnipeg while they reset. Perfetti in. All the way up high. And I'm freezing. This is a pain in the ass. That Connor looking, gets it baseline. Winnipeg can't connect in front of the net. Damn these feeds, bro. But I don't want to close out Washington yet. And St. Louis is going to get it clear, get it deep. 30 seconds on the power play. Big win on the face-off. Or off the face-off by Wilson. Pushes the puck way back. Montreal loses it. Caps come in. High dot trying to work it. Gets tipped to the net but couldn't get a clean shot off. Good defense by Montreal. All righty. We are in intermission for this one. So let's see if we could get a feed that's not going to buffer out on us here. All right, shots are 5-3 St. Louis, 11:19 to go in the first in Winnipeg. Face off, icing, face off. I mean, they're just giving Bennington his flowers, but it's like, newsflash. Playoff level goalie plays like playoff level goalie. Did it just reset or? No, we should be good. Okay. It just skipped weird. Winnipeg has it in their own zone heading up the ice. Tipped in deep. St. Louis back first and they get it out. And that's another icing. Let me refresh and make sure I didn't just lose a bunch of time. All right, there we go. Some dude sitting behind the bench holding his phone up with something written in notes. And it looks like he's trying to be like, yo, coach, listen to me. I got the sorry, I got distracted looking up, but I got the secret weapon. It's written right here in my notes. Just do this. And what would be even funnier is if the note is like, hey, try to score more goals than they do. I mean, there was definitely a high stick there. It's just, was it his teammate's high stick or was that a Winnipeg stick? Because it was a little chaotic. Shifley had to get off the ice with his helmet getting knocked off. St. Louis storming in. He's got a chance. And he misses the net. Ooh, Winnipeg. Dude, swing and a miss on the shot. Good defense, except for letting him all the way into the dots. That was good defense, I should say. Up the low wall, shot gets fought off. Dude, Winnipeg tips it in. Almost had that deep pass, though. St. Louis headed right back the other way. Big hit up high, but St. Louis able to stay with it. Phone says you sucked in Boston. Nothing changed. I gotta admit, I'm not 100% what that's in reference to, but yeah, sure. Blues back up to big hit. He just got demolished. St. Louis gets a shot on net. They're controlling in the Jet zone, and who was that? Stanley. Just, I don't know who he hit. I'm sure whoever he did hit does not know who he hit. That was insane. Puckett stopped on a stick. St. Louis is starting to look for blood now because they know that was good and clean. So now they're just looking for contact to get even. What a shot. Another big hit in the high corner. Winnipeg headed back the other way. Oh, I'm looking forward to that replay. Larig into the zone. Tin gets it deep. Good stick, but not able to stop the puck. Oh. Big shot. Big save. Hallebuck on the shot from the point. Dude, I'm just so focused on watching the replay of that hit. Like, it is exactly what I'm here for. And you could see it coming. I mean, dude was about 10 steps away, and you could hear the Jaws theme starting to play. Uh-oh, we got a penalty. I'm not sure what for. It's going to be against the Blues. I see a glove and a stick on the ice. I'm guessing the Blues just went and hit the shit out of somebody as he was headed back to the bench. But, of course, they're showing this side of the ice, and all of a sudden the ref's arm went up. So I have no idea. Dude, what a hit. Oh, yeah, he is doubled over. That Kairu? Yep. I mean, dude, you could see him coming up the boards and the guy creeping in from the center. And then you see old boy just Stanley storming in from the Winnipeg zone. Oh, my goodness. What a shot that was. But now Winnipeg gets another power play. I didn't mean to do that. I believe this is the second power play of the game. Is the second one for Winnipeg. It is. No going in the way of goals for him. Obviously, no score. And we've got about 9 minutes left on the intermission in Washington. Yingling isn't bad, but I don't. It's like, you know what? Actually, I don't go to the bar much anymore. Like, rarely ever. But I do miss getting to the bar, getting a shot of whiskey, and an ice cold pint of 805. Oh, what is he complaining about? Dude for St. Louis cross checked the guy. I mean, completely away from the puck. Cross checked him so hard he broke his stick and lost a glove. And he's bitching about it on his way to the box. Unbelievable. Connor to Perfetti. High dot. Swing and a miss down low. I think, oh, that was Scheifele that just whiffed on a potential chance. Connor looking, gets it down low to Scheifele. Back up top to Morrissey. Shot and missed. Connor recovers again. Winnipeg controlling from the high dot. No rebound stopped. Bennington looking solid. .550 to go in the first. A minute 5 on the power play. Shots are 6 apiece. Connor dumps it off. Perfetti comes in at the low wall. Morrissey up to the point. I follow down to the dot. Scheifele down low. Tries to get it to Perfetti, but it's tipped. Back to Scheifele in the corner. Back to Perfetti. Back to Scheifele. Looking from the low dot. Nowhere to go. Gets it across the point to Morrissey. Connor on the low dot. Looking. Gets it to the baseline. Perfetti up high. Morrissey shoots. And he misses the net. Bennington might have gotten a tip on it with the glove, but I'm pretty sure Morrissey just missed. Pionk resets in his own zone. 5 minutes to go in the first. 20 seconds on the power play. Pionk up to Appleton. Squeezes pass. Gets it back. Pionk shoots. Goes high. Blues heading out. 1-on-1. Ooh. Late break for St. Louis gets stopped. Oh, and Winnipeg. Bennington stops him on the close opportunity. We are having back-to-back rushes. This is insane. Parayko almost has one, and then the puck heads right back the other way. We're even strength. Oh, another big hit. St. Louis on Winnipeg. That was Shen just absolutely laying wood. Winnipeg keeps it in the St. Louis zone. Cross check right there. No call. All good. Battle on the low boards. Oh, we are definitely getting beyond spicy. Winnipeg gets it back deep. Scheifele fighting for it. He can't get it. St. Louis is going to get it out. Winnipeg at neutral. Gets it right back in. St. Louis went for a change. Scheifele breaking to the net. That does go in. St. Louis crashing in. Who was that? Snuggerud crashing in. Runs into Bennington. And we have a goal for Winnipeg to start game 2. Bennington makes the save, but Snuggerud just couldn't stop. Scheifele makes a great cut. He actually loses the puck to the point where Snuggerud's not crashing in. The puck ends up in the middle of the dots. Oh, no, never mind. He did get the shot. Okay, so Scheifele did get the shot. It drops into Bennington's pads. And then Bennington gets pushed into the net. Unbelievable. First 2 goals of game 1, I don't put on Bennington. First goal of game 2, I don't put on Bennington. That is wild. He made the save. And the puck up and out of play shortly off the faceoff. Wow. Just wow. All right, commercial break. Let's get the other game loaded back up. It's so funny. Ovechkin on the power play. Go figure. All right, so what needs to have and it's funny because I definitely called it Montreal, Washington. Montreal has to limit themselves to like an average through the whole series of 1.5 penalties a game. Realistically, they need to try their best to have no more than one. But that's not going to happen against Washington. They have a tendency to draw penalties. Face off in neutral in Winnipeg. We got 2:48 to go in the first. Oh, this feed is like a mile behind. Holy shit. See if I can find something a little bit closer to reality. 247. It's much closer. Oh, but it's the bad feed. All right, so names are going to be tough. Shoot. You know what? I got to find a feed that's not that far behind. This is killing me. Oh, that's way back. All right, so we don't have much of a choice. We're a ways back. St. Louis working their way up the ice. Another big hit by Winnipeg. That one by Morrissey. St. Louis has it, shoots and misses the net. Controlling in the Jet zone. High corner. And now we're getting another penalty. We're getting a trip. On Winnipeg, St. Louis is going to the power play. Yeah, I'd call that a trip. We are almost back in Washington. Puck ends up on Hellebuck. Jets send it all the way back. So we got a minute 50 on the power play, a minute 44 in the first. Be a huge moment for St. Louis to put something on the boards or on the board. Bro, he just got dumped. Like, I'm surprised that wasn't a penalty on Shen. He just ripped Kairu's ass to the ground. Kairu's going to be a swollen bruise by the end of this. Well, damn, am I that? Oh, no, I'm not. Okay. Falk high dot. Oh, and it gets cleared. What a great job up front by Winnipeg. Down to Shen. Shen tries to get it all the way across. Puck jumps right in the neighbors, and then Kyrou misses it as it goes between his legs. Kyrou try to get it to Shen. Back to Kyrou at the point. It doesn't work. Now he has it. High dot. Falk hits Hellebuck right in the crest, and then the puck sent all the way back. And we are back to battling 4-on-4 in Washington. 20 seconds left on the 4-on-4. 15 seconds to go here in Winnipeg. Battle for it in the Winnipeg zone. Low wall up to the low point. Fowler, high dot, shot, misses the net. Gets it back to the high dot. Snuggerud, and he does it. He scores. That is huge for St. Louis. Oh, you know what? I never did that for Winnipeg. Scoring for Winnipeg, Mark Scheifele with an assist from DeMello. We got to hit that one. And then scoring for St. Louis, Jimmy Snuggerud with, at the moment, no assists. Got to try and remember to do that with the goals. Only Vegas gets the good goal call. All right, so we are done with the first period in Winnipeg. So far, holy shit, the contact that we have seen. There have been 5 or 6 complete D-skaters, like knocking them into next week type of hits. Guys are getting up, looking around and saying, wait, who just hit who? And standing up, realizing that they're playing hockey, like they're confused. It is, I love it. And they've been clean. Biggest thing about it all is they have been very brutal, very hard, absolutely perfectly clean hits. Montreal goes back after stealing it away on the back check. Washington dumps it back in deep. Montembeault to play it. Montreal right back the other way. Anderson has it, dumps it deep. LT tips it along. Not able to get it out of the corner. Caps do have it now. Van Riemsdyk throwing it up the low wall and avoiding a big hit. But the pass wasn't clean. Montreal got a shot at it, but he whiffed. And that's, man, I love when I scream hit them all year. Guys finally start hitting each other, and you see what happens when guys are afraid of a hit. They bail out and turn the puck over. Oh, that was just a great stick right there for Capitals. Who was that? Dowd. Keep forgetting Dowd's name. 26. I see that number over and over. He's having a very active game. Montreal gets it out. A good stick gets it forward. And panicked high pressure pass. Turns it over to the Caps. Good stick. Takes it away from from Tom Wilson having a chance. Heads up with Montembeault. And the Habs go right back the other way. Oh, shot on goal. And another one. 2 big stops for Logan Thompson as Chekrin almost took LT out of the play. Huge saves right there. Two on one. Capitals couldn't get it across. Still get it on net. That's I said it's too bad Tom Wilson's a piece of shit because he's an incredible hockey player. And I mean, he's gotten better lately. That's as nice as I'll be to him. But if he wasn't such a bastard, it'd be fun to be a fan of his. Another save by Montembeault off the shot from the low point. .14:30 to go in the second. Shots are 17-15. Washington Capitals leading 1-0. Montreal in the Cap zone. Puck at the low point. Shot is whiffed on. Makes its way down low. Lane whiffs on the shot. Oh, that was Evans. Sorry. I definitely misread that. I thought I was close, but not even near it. At least one goofball. Hey, absolutely, Demi. You ain't wrong. Montreal resetting in their own zone. Tipped in. LT to play it. He just keeps it on the boards to Van Riemsdyk. Montreal's going to come away with it. Back behind the net. Gets it out front. Big shot. No connection. Hit bodies out front. Oh, here we go. Caps heading deep. Nope. They get stopped up on the wall. Mingiapone gets stuffed. Lane gets it out for Montreal. But a pick in neutral. Dowd gets it back in. Chekrin with the shot. Montembeault makes the save. And now we got the little cross checks after the play. Just kind of flubbed on the shot. A lot of that happening all over the place today. Like, we've seen some missed shots. We've seen some bad contacts, some whiffs, some pop-ups, all kinds of different things. Today, we have seen some wild missed shots, dude. Wide open whiffs, pucks, like, it's almost like it's going too slow sometimes. Insane. Oh, man. SUVs are getting boxier. I don't like it. I like the trucks being boxy. I don't know why this just reminded me, but I'm watching. There's a commercial where they're betting, and the guy has the Golden Lions from the MGM Grand casino from out here, like in the room with them. And I just watched a clip of it's Jeff Ross during his set during the Emmett Smith roast, and he has a joke. Like, his jokes ripping on Shaq are hysterical. But he has a joke about how he's like, love being in Vegas. I took Shaq. I feel bad. I took Shaq with me to Siegfried and Roy. And halfway through the show, the White Tiger started barking at him. And that commercial just reminded me of that. And that shit that kills me every time. This game in Washington is going exactly how I thought it would go, except for the score. I mean, granted, I knew if Washington got a power play, they were scoring. You know, that's. But the Caps are just bullying the shit out of Montreal, and they're doing good. But I mean, you can just tell by looking at the teams, Montreal is so much smaller. Oh, Carlson just took a puck to the chin. Caps get it deep into Montreal zone. And Habs get it out. Ooh, but stopped up high. A lot of back and forth. Caulfield making his way up the low wall, passes it back. Low point and a misconnection. Puck going all the way back. Matheson trying to get there without getting his ass kicked, and he does. And now Montreal gets it out. Kicks it up forward, tries to get it down low, and Dubois picks that one off. Capitals get it to neutral. Wilson looking, gets it on the high wall. Ovechkin's in. Danger, danger, danger. We're frozen. Let's get it out, fellas. There we go. Habs going up. Big hip check. That one was borderline late. I'm not complaining about a no call, but it was definitely close. Capitals looking, leaves it back, high wall. Ovechkin, puck gets hit by a stick. And Canadians get it behind their own net. Ovechkin going in for a hit, but dude ducks under it a little bit. Avoids most of the contact. However, Washington controls. Canadians can't clear. Low point. Van Riemsdyk gets it deep. Back up the low wall. Leonard looking. He's going to take it to the corner behind the net. Pitches it out front. Swing and a miss. Washington has it. Montreal zone. Mangiapane. Van Riemsdyk's shot goes wide. Dude, it is just chaos right now. Oh, he loses his helmet. He's got to go. But the Habs get it clear. Quick, throwing it back in. Trying to catch Canadians on a change. They sort of do. Just contact all over the place. Just another fine example of playoff hockey and a pass that just misses catching dude on the high dot. Dowd tries to get it across. He can't. And LT. Yeah, no. You're getting whistled, LT. Come on, buddy. You tried, but come on, buddy. You're getting whistled on that. And the ref's even going over to him like, come on, dickhead, let's go. Mangiapane. I'll get that down eventually, I swear. All right, 10:07 to go in the second. Shots are 19-16 Washington. While they face off, let's take a Habs win it. Cannot get the puck to the net. Hitting bodies out front. Puck behind LT. Caps trying to get it up the wall. Battle in the corner for it. He just bullies old boy down to the ice. Carrier just got his ass kicked. Much like the rest of his team. Trying to feed it out front. They can't get there. Dude, Caulfield's a little dude out there amongst the Capitals. Matheson sends it to the high point, back down below the net, trying to feed it out front. Matheson looking. Oh, and on his deeks, he loses the puck. Noah McKay, Jets in 5. I 100% agree with you, sir. That's what I called on Saturday. I'm willing to give St. Louis 1, but I'm not willing to give them 2. Kind of the same with this series. Like, I expect Washington to sweep them, but I'll give it 5-1. I'll give the Canadiens 1. Oh, that give and go was almost perfect between Carlson and Wilson. Oh, puck up close shot, and Montembeault again just looking fantastic. Montreal back in. Quick shot. Hits a body out high. Way to fight back for it, though. That's Newhook from Montreal just doing work, man. He's putting every ounce of energy he's got for sure. Montreal just can't control the puck in the cap zone. They get their moments. Oh, breaking all the way up. Makes a move, and it goes off the outside of the net. I saw the cage shake. High point. Another one, and there it goes on the rebound. But we do have Montembeault looking to the ref, signaling what he believes to be an interference. So we will see if they take a look at that. However, big shot from the point. What the hell was he? Okay, never mind. That's absolutely not. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what Montembeault was looking over to the ref for. Okay, so, oop. Here, I'll be back in a second. Got it. All right, here. I'm just gonna be here while I take the phone call. Yeah, sorry, y'all. That was a call with Pops, and I wanted to at least make it known that I was still here. That's why I just didn't just get up and leave. But Pops gets just like my niece last week. Pops gets 100% attention. But then I was yeah, thanks for chat. Nobody's able to hear shit. Nah, D, I definitely get that, bro. I said that was Pops. I figured it'd be quick because he knows I'm live doing this stuff. But I was actually expecting to talk to him earlier, but they went he's out in Lincoln with the grandbabies, and they went to the Omaha Zoo today. So he wasn't free all day. But got to check in with him, especially after the Knights game. I am late getting back to the Blues in Winnipeg, and that's on me. But we're about to be done here in the second period in Washington. Yeah, we'll bring up the other game now. That's the one thing about the way they have these games scheduled is there is no time to be oh, that's way behind. Holy shit. There we go. This is at least a little bit better. But it leaves zero time to actually kind of do the stuff. Do anything else cuz I'm going to be glued to this for the most part for a while. St. Louis ends up sending it out on themselves. 13. Okay. Dude, this thing, the feed keeps resetting the fucking 30-second. Like, all right, 12:40 to go. Let's hope this feed starts to work for me. Winnipeg takes it. We have no audio. There's the audio. Bennington throwing a little shot at a dude that came a little too close to his crease. Make sure everything's working the way it should be. There we go. Shen dumps it deep. Winnipeg goes for a change. St. Louis behind their own net. Trying to see the end of Washington as well. Blues get it deep. Up the high wall. He drops it back under the net. Stops at the baseline and gets hammered. Winnipeg saying, you want to skate? Skate. I'm going through your punk ass. Damn, Niederreiter had the pass up the center. Almost broke, dude. Instead, gets him crunched on the wall. Big shot, hits bodies out front. St. Louis headed back the other way. Dude. Winnipeg, St. Louis has been. If you know somebody that's not a hockey fan or doesn't know much about hockey, show them the first game one, and then just show them the first period. Actually, we're about 10:45 to go in the second. So show this much of this game. This series has been fantastic. The hits in this game have been beyond outstanding. We are talking ass whoopings from left to right. Winnipeg definitely winning on that end, but St. Louis not being punks in any way, except for when they get blasted. But you know what I mean. Damn. Who is that for the Canadiens? Just had a shot up close on LT. New Hook. Just lost it. That doesn't sound. I don't think that was New Hook. I think that was Gallagher. That was up close and just lost it. You got Monbo talking to the ref. I'm still curious as to why. Dude, we've got some games. Let's see. So we've got what 40 minutes to get through the 18-minute intermission and the 20-minute second period. So game number 2 it probably ain't starting till, or game number 3 probably ain't starting till 7 o'clock. So again, what we're gonna do is, as the Avalanche and the Dallas game gets to starting, well, it depends. Depending on where we are in the third period for Montreal Washington, will depend what we do. Because if it's 2-0, 3-0, then we're gonna end out of this stream and start up Colorado Dallas. If it turns into a good game, then we'll hang out here and we'll kick on that game late. Which, I'll be honest, usually isn't the best thing to do, but fuck it. Ooh. But I am very interested to see Colorado Dallas, especially after watching Dallas and Marchment. Marchment flopped harder than, I mean, shit, dude. I think I actually saw a clip of LeBron James looking at Marchment and going, geez, you coward. Why'd you take a dive? Oh, we got a delayed penalty on Winnipeg. St. Louis with the extra attacker. Trying to reset. Damn. That took a long time for Bennington to get off the ice when that penalty was called. St. Louis having to reset. We're under 10 minutes to go in the second period. I didn't make it long after the stream last night. I was gone. I was seeing it pass out, bro. I didn't make it much longer after that either. This pen I got immediately makes me want to go to sleep. Like, I don't know if it'll work out, but I'm hoping to get a couple of beer, like even just a couple of tall boys for the weekend. If not, a little bottle of whiskey or something. But yeah, dude, I was tired after last night. The first game started at noon and I didn't get done till 10. So I mean, it was, I know, look at me bitching and crying about a long day of having to watch hockey. I get it. All right. We can check that shit at the door. But it was like mentally, I was just exhausted. And then today's been like, I already know today's going to kind of wear me out mentally just because there's 2 games going at all times from here until Colorado and Dallas ends. And then we'll finish off with just Edmonton, LA. But then tomorrow, the first game's at 3, the last game's at 8. So I'll be here from 3 to midnight tomorrow. And don't, like I said, I know it sounds like I'm bitching. This is fucking cool, man. This nothing but playoff hockey for 8 to 10 hours a day. Sign me up every day of the week. I get a bottle, but they don't want to stop anymore. I got a few beers for tonight. Word. Yeah, dude. I like my bottles over the beers, but I wouldn't be against. Like, I haven't used my glass in a while, and just get a couple of cheap tall boys. Not like, I'd love to get just like, or they actually had a cheap 12 pack of 805, and I didn't jump on it, and I should have. It was only like $11, and I was at the time, I'm like, no, I'm not gonna drink, and now I'm sitting here like, fuck, I want a beer. St. Louis controls on their power play. Dude, Winnipeg's kind of like, they're not bullying St. Louis because St. Louis is definitely capable of fighting back, but they're beating the shit out of St. Louis. Blues leave it back across the red zone. Into the zone. Low point. Lose the puck. Jets headed back the other way, and he'll dump it. Dumps it on net. Bennington slides it away. Resetting again. Blues get in the zone right up the gut. Dump it deep to the low corner. Back to the low point. Low wall. Tries to go center. Too much pressure. Center up high. On the low dot. Gets it to the baseline. Tries to go across, but dude lays down and does a good job. Sometimes the best defense is flopping to your stomach. Who knew? And the Jets clear. 40 seconds to go on the power play. 8:15 to go in the period. Blues headed back, cross the red, into the zone. Puck got left back high, but St. Louis recovers it. Goes hard into the wall, and again, Winnipeg just laying wood on everything that moves. Neighbors tries to take it in, shut down on the low wall. Winnipeg sends it back. And we are back to even strength. 7.5 to go in the second. Blues behind the Winnipeg net. Jets get it, and they're going to head out of the zone. Scheifele pitches it, hits his guy in the ass, and they got to reset. No, that's still offsides. Everybody out. Blues resetting. Dude, Winnipeg's just doing a good job shutting the lanes down. Good shot from the point, gets stopped by Hellebuck. Blues back around the back of the net. Up the low wall, low point. Makes a move. Gets some space. High point towards the net. It's going to be tipped off. Jets are going to come away with it. All the way back, Bennington to play at 6.5 to go in the second. Blues stretch pass all the way up. Winnipeg. Ooh. Almost a... Yeah, it was a bad pass. Puck on net, gets stopped by bodies out high. St. Louis recovers the puck after a bad bounce off the boards. And now Winnipeg getting... Niederreiter getting away with a little bit of a cross check. St. Louis not doing a great job getting pucks to the net, but shots are 14 apiece. So not much going offensively for Winnipeg, at least in the second half of this period. We missed the first half. But in this second half, St. Louis has absolutely been the dominator. 2-minute power play helps with that. But here we go. Winnipeg setting up in the St. Louis zone. Up high. Goes to the high point, bringing it down to the high dot. Oh, throws it across, and he can't hang on to it. Great pass to get the puck to the low dot, and just a miscompletion. Big shot from the point, goes high and wide. Shot, ooh, dances at the low dot, gets it away. I thought he was going to shoot. Morrissey hits a body out high. Blues headed back, 2-on-2. Going to get it deep. Most of the Blues going for a change. You can see no gas in the guy that's left. And off he goes. Pionk from behind his... oh, that's not Pionk. I got the wrong number. My bad. If I want the quality, the screen's got to stay small. Winnipeg gets it through neutral. Right back up. Gets it deep. Instead of fighting through the contact, he puts his hands up like he was getting held. That's pretty stupid. Jets through neutral. Turnover at the blue line. Jets get it right back at their blue line. Good Lord, we are going back and forth. Jets finally get it deep into the low corner. But making Begovic play. And good Lord, dude. Is that the new river that you're at, just making you a ton of money? That's insane, $800K. I might have 8,000 left. He had St. Louis going for a change. Had no idea the puck was near him, and he had an opportunity to take it and go. Probably completely out of gas. Doesn't make much of a difference, but Hellebuck playing the puck off the ice. No icing call. Blues trying to get it deep, battling the low corner in the Winnipeg zone. It pops out front, but he can't control it. Neighbors just not being able to handle the puck. Battle behind Hellebuck. Finally comes out. And we're going to have a penalty on Winnipeg, I believe. Stanley getting the cross check. Let's see. I mean, he cross-checked him 3 times, so I'd say that's a good call there. And then he went to cross-check the other guy. I don't know, everyone's been making most of it on White Moose. Jesus Christ, I cannot help but spill water all over my fucking self. I think there's a leak in the seal right in front of the thing. Like right where you go to take a drink, the seal on the lid is leaking. And so I pour water on myself like 70% of the time I take a drink. It's a professional skill. You don't want to try and learn this right away. You're going to want to work your way up to it. Fill my fish keeping's like 40K every time it's filled. Damn. Oh, yeah, because you got the big-ass son of a bitch now. I forgot about that. Yeah, I got to get back on there. I've thought about it a couple times, but just haven't done it. Especially now. I mean, dude, I wake up, I make my coffee, I make my thumbnails for the day, go for the gym, come back, eat, go for the walk, come back, and it's time to go. And then, like yesterday, the game started at noon. So I've just been, man, yeah, the 551 pound. Yeah, the big one. Or the big one for me, at least. Oh, here, are we back? We should be in the other game. See how far behind that one is. That's probably actually further back than this one. 3:10 to go in the second. 2-minute power play for St. Louis. Pion gets it. He's going to send it deep. Blues leave it back. Storming in across the red into the zone. Up the low wall. Tries to get it back to the middle. Just not enough space to stuff it in on Hellebuck. Almost level 42. Damn. We're good for XP, but money wasn't much different due to the amount I catch at White Moose. Yeah. It's one of those things, dude. Once you kind of get in the groove and it's easy, it's easy. So eventually you got to get the big old heavy equipment. And just for the sake of going and catching the multiple 100-pound fish. just to go and get in a fight, you know? I'll do it for now. All right. Sorry, getting distracted. St. Louis controlling into the jet zone. Right up the gut. Nothing going. Circles back towards the low dot. Low point. High dot shot. Goes wide off of a block. Passed all the way down. 2 minutes to go in the second. 50 seconds on the Blues power play. See if they can get in for a good setup and a good rush. Neighbors down the low wall. Sends it all the way around. It comes to the high wall. High corner. Trying to get it back to the high point. They do. High wall. Trying to get down to the dot. Moves a broken stick out of his way. Goes below the net. Low dot. Back below the net. Baseline low. Gets tipped. And a great defensive play. And the puck comes out. And that'll be just about that. We got 8 seconds. So last charge for St. Louis. Can they get something set before even strength? They're in. Low, high dot. And a good stick again. Knocks the puck away and stops that chance. We are at a minute to go. Full strength. Winnipeg into the St. Louis zone. Puck going all the way down. St. Louis has it in the low corner. Perfetti gets down there. He's able to get it away. Morrissey throws it, and it's going to be icing. No, they waved it. .30 seconds left as the puck goes back behind Hellebuck. They're able to get it out. Perfetti looking, trying to get up the wall. He does. Just out of the reach. St. Louis ends up with it. 20 seconds to go in the second period. Blues cross the red line. Cross the blue. Low wall. Looking for a place to go. He goes high point, and the bouncing puck goes over the stick. That's going to be the end of the second period in Winnipeg. We remain tied up at 1. Got to remember to come back to that game a little bit earlier than I did last time. Yeah, so far the biggest ones have been just under 70. Damn. Salmon on Canada. Okay. I'll look at that in a second. $19.40. I guess we're sticking with this feed. Let's see how it goes on the big screen. Not great. All right, $19.50. Let's see. How's the away? All right, away feed it is. Get it unmuted here. So far, 2 exciting games, but St. Louis, Winnipeg, by far more worth watching. And it's not even about the score. It's about the physicality. Here, you can just see, looking at the guys on the ice, you can see how much bigger Washington is than Montreal. And so the contact is it's very one-sided. Montreal's doing enough to make the Caps bail out at hits, but compared to what's happening in St. Louis, Winnipeg, nobody's bailing out at contact. Every single one of them on both sides is going, like, they strapped up and said, let's fucking go. And I am all about this kind of hockey. I am loving that series. So I was expecting a picture of the fish, but I got the Snoop Dogg picture first. And I wasn't ready. Damn. Yeah, that's a big fish. 4K? Yeah, I need to get in there, start leveling up, and make some money. Are they giving you fights, or did you buy like stupid strong equipment? Montreal getting bodied in the capital zone, but they get the puck deep. Cycles it around. And Van Riemsdyk going to be able to get it. Sends it to Alexiev, and it's going to be tipped all the way out. Dude, Montreal right back into the zone. Oh, fucking itch on my lip. So we are expecting the Avalanche and the Stars once this game is over. So I'm going to keep an eye on that game when, again, big backhand gets tipped wide out front. If the Capitals, or if Montreal makes it a game, we'll stay here. If it stays 2-0 or it's 3-0 or something, we'll finish it as we start up the stream for Colorado, Dallas. Dubois gets forced out. Dubois a big boy, and he just got bullied a little bit. Shots at 25-21, Washington. £70 put up a fight. Don't got it. He used to ripping fish out of the water. Then I caught those. It was like, yeah. It's just a matter of time before you get the bigger equipment, and that's nothing. And Giappani not able to. Oh, he does get it back. Caps throw it. Stopped out high. Habs headed back the other way. Caulfield gets across, leaves it for Suzuki. He looks back to Caulfield. Caulfield wraparound. And Thompson makes the save. Suzuki going in to cause problems just for the sake of being an asshole. I can dig it. Okay, he didn't get the puck all the way around the post. Thompson didn't do much. He just stopped a rebound. Montreal doing enough to not give the Caps much in their zone. They're headed right back. Thrown on net. Thompson almost takes the net off. Oh, he did knock the net off the moorings. The LT going up as he leans against the post just knocks it right off. Caps win the faceoff. Up the low boards, and they get it out. Eller breaking across, making a move, gets it to the backboards, gets choked out on a shot. Oh, big mix-up. Shot goes wide. Montreal's doing a bad job. They've got like 4 or 5 good turnover, or like really bad turnovers in their own zone. I don't know how that wasn't an interference penalty. I don't know who it was for Montreal. Just got blasted behind the puck. How the hell was that not a penalty? Leonard just, I mean, behind the play came in and took dude out like that. That's a penalty. That was dirty. Like, dude wasn't ready for that contact. Not that the Canadians would do much with the power play, but that cannot be missed. I don't understand how that was not called. Ovechkin gets it up. Big hit. Montreal's not backing down, and I love it. 5 minutes gone in the third here in Washington. Gallagher just popped old boy in the face. Fighting through the hit. Chychrun just caught a fist. Caps all the way in. Chychrun. Good save, Montembeault. There's all kinds of shit happening in this game, dude. Caps dump it deep. Big hit in the corner. Habs into the zone. Leads it back. Suzuki circling. Big shot. Blocked way out high by Tom Wilson, and he's still down on a knee. That one didn't feel good. They got a 14-year-old resetting from behind the Montreal net. Puck gets tipped all the way in. LT to play it. He goes up and around the boards, and he gets it out. Canadians through neutral. Up on the high wall. Shoots in a glove save, LT. All right. Trying to find out when we can expect Colorado Dallas to start. And I got to think it's going to be much closer to 7 o'clock. And I have a feeling Edmonton, LA isn't starting until St. Louis, Winnipeg's over. Ooh. Take a little look at something real quick here. Oh, I guess I can do this. The cheap, just not cheap enough. All right. $20 for a beer and wings. When I worked at Chili's every Wednesday, I ate at Chili's, and I would usually work, and so I would get a shift meal, which I would just get 20 wings. The dude I was staying with, he would get hit. He was I was a busser. He was a host. He would get his shift meal, and he would get 20 wings. And then we would both get 40 wings because instead of 50-cent wings, they were only a quarter. So we'd get 60 wings a piece for $10. Go back to the spot. There were 4 of us living there, and we were just every Wednesday, just destroying wings. But it was $10. We would get $10 for 40. And just think about when Chili's did 50-cent wings, that was 20 for $10. You can't get Dude, 12 is 16 now. Shit, we used to go to would go to Hooters on Wednesdays. They did $9.99 all you could eat wings. Oh man. Back in the day, you know. Offsides Montreal. 13:08 to go in the third. Shots are 26-23. Are we back in St. Louis, Winnipeg? Not yet. 5 minutes left. Hopefully we can fight through without too many stoppages because this game needs to just get over with. Washington gets it deep. Montembeault to play it. Montreal gets it out to the center, and they're headed up the ice. Caps get it right back out of their zone. Pass. Great pass. I'm not sure who took that shot or who made that pass, but that was incredible. So it was Alexiev who took the shot, but I mean, to bounce that off the boards all the way down, 200-foot pass and have it land perfectly on his stick to get a shot. That was incredible. Wilson just got popped in the face. Oh, Gallagher getting in. Dude, he looks so small in there. He's going at it with dudes, but he just looks tiny, especially against Dubois, who looks like a beast. Let's take a look real quick. Dubois. Dubois is 6'4", 220. Gallagher is 5'9", 185. So that's why, Dubois is 7 inches bigger than Gallagher. That's why it actually looks funny when they're near each other. But most of Montreal is small. And again, that's what's really going to kill them. And it's really, really obvious this game. Because Canadians are trying hard to hit these guys. They're just not doing any damage. But Capitals are just breaking down Montreal. About a minute and a half till we're back in Winnipeg. By far the most interesting game. It's going to be hard to tear away from St. Louis, Winnipeg when Colorado, Dallas comes on, but I am excited to see that one. And we've got another stoppage. I have a feeling game 2 is going to be interesting. Because, like I said, Montreal is going to be beat up, and they're going to have to really get into wanting to beat the shit out of people while they're sore. And Washington's going to come in just blasting the exact same way they did this game. And it is going to be, I really feel game 2 is going to be tough for Montreal. Habs get it around, but not out. Caps send it back deep. Mangiapane wins the battle on the boards. Leonard kicks it around. Battling again, but continued pressure, possible hold one way or the other. You could probably call it on either side, on either team. Mangiapane comes in. He's going to shoot. No, he went for the pass. Great job defensively laying out for that one. Savard just did a great job to lock him down. He should have gone for the shot, but he went for the pass. And then decided, I'll go for the shot now that I got stuffed, and it did not work out for Mangiapane. All right, as we wait for Winnipeg to get back, we'll throw Montreal and Washington on the second screen. Again, just waiting. We're going to be checking in on Colorado, Dallas, but I expect it's going to be starting up after the Washington Montreal game. So as we start getting closer to them starting up, I'm going to flip over to the other stream. Dubois has it. Great pressure from behind by Gallagher. How is that a penalty? Oh, it's a penalty on Washington. Okay. I missed what happened there. I thought they were calling that on Montreal. And that was like, bro, what? So it's going to be a tripping, I believe, on Dubois and Carrier. And we got something. I don't know if it was a high hit or what. Something just happened down low for Winnipeg. And he's letting the ref know about it. So I'm not sure who it was limping off for the Jets, but like I said, he gave the ref an earful as he went. St. Louis out of their own zone. If we don't get a replay, I'll try and go back and watch it, see exactly what happened. I'm assuming he at least thinks he got hit high. Blues into the Jets zone. Jets get it right back, heading the other way. Ooh, not the best pass by Bennington. He should have left it. Scheifele comes down and steals it. Gets it out front. No go. Blues into the Jet zone. Good pressure, though. Turns the puck over. Scheifele gets it up the high wall, and the Jets get it out. Perfetti makes a move. It actually works out. I can't believe it did. Puck down low. Frozen on the wall. Here it goes, popping out. Perfetti gets it. Morrissey at the low point, high point. Dumps it down, gets it behind the net. Jets throw it out front. Big shot, and Connor scores. Great pass from underneath the net. Puts the puck right on Connor's stick. Bennington. Scheifele wins the fight on the board as the cut puck comes behind the net. Perfetti kicks it out to Connor, and Connor buries that bitch. Scoring for the Winnipeg Jets. Kyle Connor with an assist from Perfetti and Scheifele. All right, Montreal on a power play. They got 20 seconds gone on it. Wait, big shot down low. All right. Taking a break from Winnipeg. Big shot and they scored. Caulfield with a power play goal makes it a game in Washington. Face-off win. He wins at the low point, skates it in, takes the shot, doesn't work out. Oh, there it was. So it was a wall for the Capitals. Big shot. Oh, no, it wasn't. The big shot came from the high dot. Hits a skate, hits wall on the skate, and Caulfield, it just bounces right to his stick for a wide open net past LT. We got ourselves a couple of hockey games, gentlemen. Shot from the low dot. It beats Hellebuck, but barely. Bounces off of him, drops right under his ass, and he swats it out of the danger zone. Blues, another shot fought off by Hellebuck. Oh, potential boarding on Scheifele, just not called. Might have been from an off angle, but it definitely looked like some rough contact. Back up, Montreal Montreal might go into attack mode right here, and it's exactly what they need to do. Washington needs to make sure they stay out of the box for this last few minutes of the game. 8:38 to go in Washington. Shots are 30-26 Capitals. Caps winning 2-1. Ooh, big shot, and LT sees it all the way from out high. Glove save. And then you got Alexiev going at it with one of the halves. Dude, that was a big time save by Hellebuck. Because he gets it off his blocker. It ends up going behind him. He swings his glove around and he knocks the puck kind of through his legs. If he didn't turn around and hit it, somebody was standing right there to bury it. Dangerous. Oh, we've got a couple of hockey games here. And now I got Anderson and Wilson going at it. I'm curious as to why. Meanwhile, Winnipeg, from the center of the point, it looks like Bennington got the glove save. So what's going on between Anderson and Wilson? That is actually hilarious. Anderson and Wilson just met, and Anderson put Wilson straight to his back, which there ain't a whole lot that could happen to Tom Wilson that I won't laugh at. Bastard. But it's all good. No penalty yet. I'm surprised Anderson didn't go because he probably should have. Like if the refs want to keep control of the game, they should have threw Anderson in the box. Even though it's a 2-1 game, you don't want to do that. And it's a better decision not to. Like that should be the warning where you're like, all right, next one goes, don't fuck it up. Dude, that pass from Perfetti was so good. Hudson makes a great pass, actually. Trying to throw shots from the point. There's too many bodies out high. Montreal, get it closer. Get the puck inside. The hell did Carlson just took a dive, dude? That should have been embellishment. Big shot from out high goes over the net. And Caps end up with the puck. Quick peek at Winnipeg. Connor throws it to the net. Jets controlling in the zone. Back behind the net. Jets still control. Right back behind the net. They get it up to high wall. He sends it right back down. High wall sends it down. Here we go. Morrissey on the low point. Throws it across to the low dot. Didn't connect on the pass, but it's still kept in. St. Louis struggling to clear it. They finally do, but not very far. However, Winnipeg didn't want to touch it. Must have been a hand pass or a high stick. Taking a look back up as the Capitals get it out of the zone. Breaking in deep on the low wall, going around the net. Great pressure from Montreal. Separates the puck. Montreal backhanding it in deep. And he backhanded it in over the net. Over the glass. So face off in neutral zone, which could have been. Ooh, big shot coming. Bennington looks like he locks it up. Dude, I would be going at him too if I was St. Louis. That was a little bit of bullshit with the extra swings. Who is that? Laurie coming in with a lot of extra swings that were bullshit. Bennington sitting on the puck. Opportunities keep building for Winnipeg. St. Louis, not as good. All right, Colorado, Dallas coming soon. Believe we're not starting till after Montreal, Washington finishes, but we got to hang out for this game now. Oh, off the ref, skate keeps it in for Montreal. Caps do get it. Van Riemsdyk battling. Dude, Montreal has a new lease on life after getting that goal. Montreal still keeping it in. Finally, the Caps get it out, but not deep. Habs right back into the zone. Borderline holding the stick. Dude, Montreal is looking fantastic right now. Puck bouncing everywhere. A lot of pucks towards the net. Shots are 30-27 Washington. So this has been a battle. The shots haven't been fantastic, but they're getting there. Like, that's a shot that's not, that counts, but does it really? All right, take a quick look over here. See if they have a timer up for when they're expecting puck drop. Puck drop at 6:52. So we got 14 minutes for Montreal and Washington to wrap it up. All right. Commercial break both places. Dude, if Montreal ties it up and they go to overtime, oh my goodness. Honestly, that would be awesome. JP Weisers. Don't know that one. Dude, just seeing that bottle of whiskey's got me jonesing. It was Christmas-ish time, New Year's Eve time, the last time I even had anything. St. Dude, this feed is so shit. Hang on, 13:30. Where's this one at? Still on commercial break. Not a good sign. It's too far back. Damn. Jets controlling in the Blues zone. Low point. Morrissey shoots. Save Bennington. Puck knocked away. Battle in the low corner. Puck goes high. Jets still keeping it in. Blues can't clear. They keep going off of skates. Finally, they clear, and it is not going to be an icing as the puck hits Hellebuck. Keeping an eye on Winnipeg as we face off to the left of Logan Thompson. Shot attempts are 58-56 Montreal. Shots on goal are 30-28 Washington. Washington gets across Habs zone. Dubois loses it, trying to make a play behind his back. We're going to have a face-off in Winnipeg zone, it looks like, but Washington... Montreal, dude, Gallagher and Caulfield have just been flying around all game. It has been wild to watch them. Puck down behind Thompson. Oh, it comes out. Big shot from the high dot and misses the net. Or LT made a good stop. I couldn't quite tell. Dude, still battling. Loose puck. Still loose. Shot from out high. LT's way out of the net, and they just tied it up. Holy shit, Montreal just tied it up. His own defenseman dragged Logan Thompson 5 feet out of the crease. Left, could not clear the puck. Over and over and over again, they can't clear the puck. Over and over and over again. Logan Thompson cannot freeze it. And then finally, his own guys rip him out of the crease. McMichael catches LT's left leg and pulls him out of the crease. Wow. 4:10 to go in the third, and Montreal ties it up. Scoring for the Montreal Canadiens, Nick Suzuki. Dude, too many hockey players collapsing with the lightest touch. Need to stop with that shit. Marchment set a bad precedent getting the call when he flopped like a fucking fish. St. Louis threatening Winnipeg on a power play. 30 seconds gone on it. 11:30 to go in the third period. Shots are 21 apiece here. Hard to look away from Washington for too long, but St. Louis looking to tie it up with the extra man. Gets it behind the net, and the Jets don't clear. Off of the wall, he's able to keep it in. Blues get it deep, high corner. Back to the high point, bring it into the dot. Looking. Gets it to baseline, tries to go between his legs, can't connect. Shot from the high dot. Big save, Hellebuck. .45 seconds left on the Blues power play. They need this goal. It's going to be a rough 10 minutes if they don't get it. Pionk able to clear all the way down. 3:01 to go in Washington. Shots are now 31-30. Montreal tie game at 2 apiece. Real quick, 20 seconds left on the Blues power play. They get in the zone. Try to get it deep. They get it all the way back to the low point, high dot. Tries to get it into the middle, and it ends up at the low point. Low wall, looking. Midpoint, looking. Low dot. Midpoint, low dot. Somebody shoot the damn puck, St. Louis. Oh, they catch him out of the box. Jets trying to stuff it on Bennington. Good pressure keeps it from being a good shot. And we got Alexiev down on the ice covering his face just as St. Louis wraps up their power play. Not sure what happened. Let's get the replay. Oh, it's a follow through. Good no call. I mean, Evans just smacked the shit out of Alexiev right in the face with the stick, but it was a follow through. That's a good no call. Wait, are they calling a penalty? Dude, technology have made refs shittier and shittier all the time because they should be able to make a call right there. There was no penalty. Then the crowd and the Capitals started bitching. Now all of a sudden it's a penalty and we'll review it. I wonder what he just said. I love when on live TV these catch these guys screaming, "What the fuck?" or just swearing and yelling and saying stuff. And the lip reading is about as easy as it could get. All right. I feel like we're going to overtime in Washington. And if we do, that's when we end the stream and start up the Colorado-Dallas stream. .223 to go in the third. This game got... I shout out to Montreal for taking the abuse that they have taken all game, coming back in the third period and tying it up. Like, huge effort from the Canadiens. Dude, he just swatted the shit out of Gallagher. Washington getting it deep. Canadiens get it out. Yeah, Washington's yelling that it hit someone on the bench, but they'll keep going. Ovechkin not able to get it out. Finally does. Turnover just past neutral. Canadiens coming in. Chekrin fell down twice. And it's up out of play. We're starting to get the feistiness in Washington now. Montreal is by no means innocent, but Washington's starting to get a little pissed. Uh-oh, something just happened in Winnipeg. Oh, guess he was just disappointed in himself. Oh, ref went down. Line judge. I thought the dude that looks like the kid from Sopranos for Winnipeg, they were showing him in like a disappointing look, so I was thinking he did something, but I'm not sure yet. Montreal controlling the cap zone, sends it to the net, does not get there, hits a body out front, shot from the other point. Gets deflected out high. Caps out. Storming in. Behind the net. Caps keep it in. Dubois was not at the point where he needed to be. All right. Trying to see what's going on in Winnipeg real quick. Okay, all it is the ref stumbled and fell and hurt himself. So nothing major there. Back to Washington. 35 seconds. Puck in on LT. He swipes it away. Washington trying to go behind their own net. They lose it. Montreal stepping up. Shot from the high dot. Just misses as LT's on his back. That was the one to win it right there. LT's finally going to freeze it up. I have no idea how Thompson ended up on his back, but damn. Oh, never mind. It was after he blocked it. It looked like he was on his back first, but he blocked it, then ended up on his back. Jeez. 14 seconds to go. Like I said, once this game ends, we're going to end this stream and we're going to start up the other one. Caps win the face-off in their own zone. They get it up and out. 7 seconds. That's offside, so we're going to overtime. Alrighty, y'all. Washington, Montreal. I cannot believe it, dude. Montreal was getting beat up the whole game, and they come back in the third period to tie it up and force OT. Shout out to Montreal, just the heart they have to just keep fighting through it. Down in Winnipeg, we got 7.5 to go. Blues just ice it. Winnipeg's up 2-1. Shots are 22-21 Jets. And we are going to end this stream now and fire up the other one. So Dallas and Colorado is going to be getting started as we head into overtime in Washington and come to an end in Winnipeg. So be back in a few minutes. Not much is changing except for the stream that we're on. So just a few minutes, guys. You can flip right over to